Are you worried that the man you're dating might be using you until someone else comes along? Do you find yourself questioning and analyzing and overthinking things? The fact is, it's not always easy to tell if you're being used because when you're emotionally involved, it's difficult to be objective and see what's really happening. That's why in this video, I'm going to share the most common signs that a man is using you so you can be absolutely sure. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to handle each one. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borrello and I'm a psychologist and a relationship coach. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. So if you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by clicking the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you aren't missing anything. Okay, on to the signs that you're being used. Have you heard the saying that love is blind or that someone is blinded by love? It's a real thing and it refers to how falling in love affects your judgment. And simply put, the intense feelings of falling in love affect your brain in the same way as drugs like cocaine and powerful pain relievers do. And when you're high on love, it's difficult to see your partner's flaws or to accept the fact that this person might be using you or playing you. And even though the signs are obvious to others, you just might need them to be pointed out. So without further ado, here are the top 10 signs that a man is using you. Number 10, he doesn't make plans or commitments with you. In other words, he only has time for you last minute. So he tells you that he wants to see you, but he's always busy with work or school or family. Now, those are all great reasons, but if he only has time late at night or on certain days of the week without an explanation, something is wrong. And oftentimes, he will have plenty of time to see you to be physically intimate, just no time to spend with you before or after. I just want you to remember this. No matter how busy a person is, if you or your relationship is important and a high priority, they will find the time or they will make the time for you. If they don't make the time, a relationship just might not be a priority. Number 9, he's a master of excuses. When he does make plans with you, he often cancels them last minute with excuses. Like he had to work late or he forgot about a thing he had already scheduled. You know, he's full of excuses. Look, life happens, things come up, and sometimes we really have to cancel plans last minute. But when a man is serious about you, he will want to reschedule and want to make sure that you know he is sorry. Now, if this happens one time, it's probably not a big deal. However, if he cancels more than he shows up, then you know there's a problem. Number 8, he doesn't consistently return your calls or texts. Okay, this one might seem obvious. When a man is excited about a new love interest, he's eager to stay in touch and communicate with you. And if he's anything like me, he also checks his phone for text messages or missed calls more frequently, just to be certain that he hasn't missed any communication from you. And when he receives a new text or call, he promptly returns the message. And I'm not suggesting that someone always has to return your calls or texts within a particular time frame, but he should be responding and communicating with you on a consistent basis. After all, isn't that how relationships are formed? Number 7, he's keeping your relationship a secret. Does the man you're dating avoid posting photos of the two of you together? Is he otherwise active on social media? I mean, is he consistently updating Instagram or Facebook and posting photos with friends? And do you feel like you're the only one who doesn't get any love on his social media accounts? If yes, have you discussed this? See, new couples who are excited about a future together usually want to share their happiness with friends and family. If that's not happening in your situation, you should certainly ask why. The second part of this one, he doesn't take you out in public. This is another huge red flag. Does he always want to stay in, or does he just want to come to your place and hang out? This doesn't just happen once, it happens over and over, and when you ask about it, he gives you lame excuses for why he can't go out with you. He doesn't have the money, or he is tired from work. But the real reason, he either doesn't want to put in the effort, or he is keeping your relationship a secret. Number 6, he is only nice when he wants something from you. Is he only nice when he knows that he'll be able to get something out of it? Is he only sweet and nice just before he's about to ask you for a favor? If that's the case, he knows that being nice to you is going to benefit him in some way. And this is another major red flag. The other part of this sign, He gives you signals that denying his request would be really bad for you. And this is how he manipulates you. He makes you feel like if you say no, then you are the most inconsiderate and selfish person ever. Okay, so now we're getting into the more serious ones. So make sure that you keep watching because these are the ones that you can't afford to miss. Number 5, he only makes plans that are convenient for him. In other words, he doesn't go out of his way to see you. A guy who likes you and wants you will make efforts to show you how special you are to him. Actions speak louder than words here. A man can tell you anything he wants, but if he's not willing to put in the effort and to go out of his way to show you how special you are, well, then something is wrong. What do I mean by going out of his way? Well, he comes to your side of town to pick you up. He makes an effort to plan a date in advance rather than call you last minute to see if you want to hang out. He remembers the details of your schedule and makes himself available during times when you are free. And he offers to do things for you when he can. So yeah, if he's into you, he will do whatever he can to make sure he sees you and spends time with you, even when it's not perfectly convenient for him. He lets you know you are a priority. Number 4, he's giving you mixed messages. In all relationships, we communicate simultaneously on at least 2 levels, what we say and what we do. And usually a person's verbal and actual behaviors convey the same message. On the other hand, mixed messages are inconsistencies in communication where a person may say one thing but act on another. Getting mixed messages from a man you really like makes him difficult to understand and harder to trust. So if his actions and words don't match up, it's time to have a talk. Remember, nice words are good to hear, but follow-up actions have a much bigger impact. Number 3, it's always about the hookup. He never wants to stay the night after being intimate, and he even wakes you up if you accidentally fall asleep at his place. And that's because waking up next to you might mean spending more time with you, and he definitely doesn't want that. Number 2, he tells you that he doesn't want anything serious. Let's take things slow. I understand that people are cautious with their heart, especially after being devastated or hurt. So it's certainly appropriate to learn from our experiences and to take things slowly. At the same time, when you meet that one special person who turns your world upside down, you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep that person in your life. Whatever fears you might have won't come close to the fear of losing the one you really love. So if he won't commit because he says he doesn't want a relationship or he doesn't want to get hurt again, then move on and find a man that is afraid of losing you. Because if he really loved you, he would not risk the possibility of losing you to another man. And the number 1 sign that you're being used, the most important sign, your intuition tells you that something isn't right. If deep down you feel like something isn't right with this person, you're probably correct. And you're noticing it for a reason. Perhaps you caught a glimpse of a text message weeks ago, or maybe he's taking his cell phone to the bathroom every time he gets up, or maybe he's always has his ringer off and keeps his phone hidden. Or he doesn't want to introduce you to his friends or bring you to his work events. When you start to put the pieces together, your suspicions will, without a doubt, be right. And if you don't listen to anything else I say, please listen to this. Your intuition is your best friend. So don't ignore your best friend's advice. If you have a gut feeling that something isn't right, well, it probably isn't. And the best thing to do when you're feeling unsure is to talk to someone about it. Tell your story to someone objective and get their opinion. Remember, it's difficult to be objective when we are emotionally attached. So ask a friend, ask this community, write an anonymous post and get other opinions. But I know, I've been there too, hearing that little voice in my head telling me that something just isn't right, but choosing to ignore it in favor of what I wanted. It's the D word, it's denial. Our brains use self-justification and self-deception to manipulate our thoughts and behaviors to explain and defend and protect us from recognizing unacceptable truths. And when we blind ourselves to our true motivations and feelings, we unwittingly sabotage our own efforts for happiness and satisfying relationships. Don't let that happen to you. When making difficult decisions about a relationship, fight the urge to ignore what your intuition is telling you. Remember, it's your best friend. Listen to your best friend. Make the decision and then act on it, period. That's practicing self-love, and it can be challenging, especially in times when we're feeling hurt and facing difficult decisions. But by doing what you know you should do, you're actually strengthening your love for yourself and your ability to recognize the things that are undermining your well-being and your happiness. Use your intuition and listen to your best friend. You will thank yourself later, I promise. So, ask your partner the important questions and talk about your feelings. If you find that you are hesitant or find that your partner becomes defensive or won't address these things, doesn't that give you your answer? By the way, are you in this situation now? Are you worried that you're being used or played? If so, why are you sticking it out? Leave a comment below and I'll tell you what I think about the situation. And if you're interested in more videos that will help you build great relationships so you can grow happy together, make sure you're subscribed so you aren't missing anything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.